I've been asked a lot about the what I get on the port strike and the situation in the Middle East. I cannot really get into too much on the Middle East, and basically because of the extreme censoring now that's going on all the social media platforms regarding the Middle East. So I will give you as much as I can. Um, and we'll just leave it at that. Now, regarding the port, the and understand the things that I get are given to me. It's not for me. Um, so regarding the port strike, remember Pluto is entering Aquarius this month. Okay, and Aquarius is a sign of humanity, community, um, hu- more humane conditions. Okay, so Pluto rules society as a whole. It's not too much of an individual planet, it's one of the outer planets. But this coincides with kind of what I got in that this strike needs to happen because things need to become more fair and balanced in society as a rule, okay, in general. Um, and it's no longer should be lopsided, the rich just getting super duper rich while the average person is just like accepting almost anything. And I have no problem with rich people being rich, but it has to be much more balanced. It has to be, for all in a sense. So, anyway, what I got is that the very first thing that came to me was December, the first week in December. I actually got a date, but sometimes the dates can be a little weird. But December 5th was the date. But I'll just say the first week in December, this will be completely 100% over with, okay? Whether that means a contract will be signed, um, finalized on during that time, during that week, during that day. I'm not positive about, but I know that it will be done and over with the very first week in December. But here's the second thing that came back to back right on the heels of that is that it will not have so much of an effect on our basic everyday day to day living. So there's no need to go out and panic buy. Um, it will not be felt as much throughout this country as people are fearing it could be. Okay. Our supply chain of necessities will get through somehow. Um, we'll be there. So, and that's what I see. I don't know what the port affects really. To be honest with you, I'm very ignorant when it comes to that. But I can just tell you what I feel that we will have the basic supplies, the basic necessities, and most other stuff. So we're going to be like okay, all right, in that sense. So no need to really fear. This is not, you know, um, like when COVID was here, you couldn't get anything. It's not going to be that at all. And I think a lot of people have that memory of that and are equivocating the shortages during COVID to the longshoremen's strike, and it's just totally different. It's nothing. It's not going to be anything like that. I see stuff getting through. So, like I said, the first week in December, it may drag on till then. It may stop before then. They may go back to work before then. But I know that December, the first week in December, either like there's going to be some finalization of all the details, contract, whatever. It'll be completely over by then. The second thing, the Mideast war, because of extreme censoring, I just cannot. really give exactly what I've gotten. So I will just say this. Um, Number one, the leader of one of the countries is in extreme physical danger personally. Yes, there will be fighting back and forth, but it will not be the world war to that level. It's going to seem scary to a lot of people that are in that area. Um, but I also saw some serious peace negotiations going on, working behind the scenes um, at this. So it's kind of keeping things, it will keep things tampered down, not fully stopped, but tampered down. And by the way, those two countries are in like a karmic type cycle. Remember, 2024 equivocates to the number eight. This is the year of karma. Eight is the number for Saturn. Saturn rules karma. There's no escaping it for these two countries. No escaping it. So they have to, there's a lot of nation karma between the two, and there's a lot of individual karma between the two. With individual as far as people goes. So, all that being said, I will just say, yes, it's going to be ugly for a bit. Yes, it's going to be violent, but it's not going to be the end. Definitely not the end of the world at all. Not even close. And the leader of one of them, who just seems hell bent on violence, that violence will return to him in a physical, personal way. So that's all I'm really going to say about all that. No, that's not true. I'm going to say one more thing. There are some United States forces that are also, I see, negatively impacting one of the countries just to create problems just for the election, for the upcoming election, so that people will be in like a fear-based mode. And he is doing this, I'll just say he, the leader of one of the parties running for president, is doesn't really care about, has no concept of the lives that will be affected, doesn't care, just in his desire to win. I see a lot of behind the scenes things going on. And I'll just say that, didn't he meet with the leader of one of those countries at their personal abode recently? But anyway, that's not going to even have the effect that they think it is. So I'll just leave that at that. But there's definitely personal danger to the leader. The fighting will continue, but it's not going to be all out crazy like people think. And those two countries have to work out their karmic cycles. And I have to leave it at that. But we're going to be like, okay. A lot of people will have to go through a lot of suffering. There's going to be a lot of loss on both sides, but um, it is not the end of the world by far. All right.